Well, good morning, guys. It's good to see you this morning. We've been promising and looking forward to planting time. And I got started, so we're getting started today. I'm going to be out here in the garden. We had rain last night, probably a good ½ inch of rain. So everything's wet except, where I'm walking because I've got tarps down. But we'll take a look at that today. Here's what we got to plant today. We've got some squash. I've got straight neck summer squash. I've got some green beans, Blue Lake, bush Blue Lake beans. I've got some Mississippi pink eye purple hull peas. I've got some canned green lima beans. And then I also have a pack of okra seeds, but it's too cool. I'm not going to plant okra for another week or two, so we won't be dealing with that today. But it's a good place to get started, so hang in there with me. As we take a look at the garden today, we're going to be showing you the garden layout as well as planting some direct seed planting. I'm an old-fashioned country boy. I prefer direct seeds into the ground. You only have to do it once. But as you walk into the garden here, you see I've got the on the left-hand side, I've got the fabric put down with the holes cut in them already. I've done this already, and that's a 30-foot rows by 40 feet wide, and the same exact thing is on this side of the garden as well. So I've got two 30-foot by 40-foot things, and each one has 7 beds in it, 7 rows of planting. 6 are vegetables, 1 are flowers. The exception to the seed planting are those tomatoes right on that trellis in the middle. I've already set those out as you saw in a previous video. But starting today, we're going to be planting my seeds, and we'll be getting that rolling here in just a minute. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I thought I'd show you kind of close up what I'm doing. First off, as I'm planting all of these, it doesn't matter what the crop is, but all these peas and beans, I have this pan that makes it life a whole lot easier. I just dump them in there. I also have this tool that came with one of my chainsaws, and I use this as a dibble. So out here at the plastic, I put the hole right there, do a little dibble, the one right next to it. So there's a couple of them. Grab a couple seeds, boom, boom. And there we go. And all you gotta do is cover it back up just like that with the old finger. Yep, ready to go. Just that quick. And I do that all the way down the rows. As you see where I've just come from. And I'm just about done with this row, so this will take care of it when I get finished with this. Okay, as we walk into the garden, the very first thing we come to, the first bed of vegetables will be my yellow squash. And what I do is plant the yellow straight neck squash. I have done the crooked neck as well, but I seem to like these better. You plant the seeds 1 to 1.5 inch deep and 18 to 24 inches apart. And mine, I've already cut the holes at 18 inches apart, and I fill up the row. Well, I tell you, that's it on the squash. We had a good year on the squash, and we did almost 350 pieces of squash picked, and that have really waked up to about 80 pounds. I had to look at my notes here, but had 80 pounds of squash. So that's not bad. I can do, like I said, total planting, I'll do 2 rows, 2 beds of them, and that's about 20 or 30 plants. So that's not a bad yield on that. And we had a real good time with that. Gave a lot to neighbors and friends at church. So, and we take pride in doing that, being able to do that. So that's a good thing. Next up on the planting list today is going to be our green beans, or snap beans, as we like to call them here in the South. These things are planted 1.5 inches deep. and 6 inches apart. All my holes for the beans and peas are cut at 6 inches apart. So that'll be coming right up. We had a good year with snap beans this year. We did about, well, 2 pickings, I guess, off of those 2 beds we had, and we did about 16 or 20 pounds, 15 or 20 pounds worth of beans, and that's a pretty good pantry full, actually. So we did real well with the green beans and the snap beans. So we're still enjoying those, as a matter of fact. Coming up next on the planting list today is going to be my lima beans, and I plant canned green lima beans, and those are planted 1.5 inches deep as well, and 6 inches apart. Like I said earlier, all my holes are already cut in these fabric at 6 inches apart for these products. And like with the others, one of my favorites is the canned green, the lima beans. And we did a real good year on the lima beans. We put those in our freezer. We don't do home canning with that, but we put them in the freezer, and we did real well on the freezer. In fact, we still got a couple of quart bags full in the freezer right now, as we're finishing up last year's crop and getting ready to put the new crops in the ground, as you saw me doing today. So we'll and like we said, this is the first half of the garden I'm planting. In another week or so, I'll be planting the other half of the garden. The final thing we're going to be planting today are my Mississippi purple hull peas. And like the other peas and beans, I plant these 1.5 inches deep and 6 inches apart. These are very popular here in the South, and I love having them in my garden. They're a type of crowder pea, and they're very prolific, and they're very delicious. Oh, those Mississippi purple hull peas. Boy, I love them. I love them. They're really great. I love picking them, and I love shelling them, actually. I get a bucket full and go sit on my front porch swing, relax in the afternoon, and shell peas. It reminds me of growing up as a kid. Mom used to pick beans in the mornings, and us kids get home from school, and we'd be sitting in there shelling peas out in the backyard, a lot of times in the swing too. So that was a lot of fun. But Mississippi purple hull peas, again, just like with the others, we still got a couple of bags in the freezer, and we're eating those as well. They do great. They freeze well. Don't have to do anything special. Shell them, put them in a bag, and throw them in the freezer, and they do real well. So we've had a good year with that. Well, guys, that's been a busy day. Glad you came along. I hope you stuck it out till this part of the video anyway. And we've had a good time with that. And again, what we just did today was just planting the first half of my garden. I do have the second half I'll be planting first week of May, and it absolutely does the same seeds, the same process that we just went through today. So I'll do it all over again. The exception to that is I will plant 2 beds of okra, and that allows the temperatures and the soil to get warmer, I could have put the okra seeds in the ground, but they would have took forever to come up. So I found I'll just wait for that, and they do well. The other things I've got growing that we didn't talk about in today's video, or this video, was the potatoes you see right over my shoulder right there. The beds are full. I've already healed them up once, and if I can find room to put some more soil in there, I may heal them up again. But those things are doing well. They're looking great, and I'm just really excited about that. Also, my tomatoes are doing real well. They're about a foot tall now as I look over at the trellis to see, but they're about a foot tall, all 20 of them, and they're doing real well, and I'm looking forward to having a good year with the tomato crop. But other than that, I think we're rolling. The year is often going, and we are looking forward to having a very good, productive season. Once again, sharing with our neighbors, sharing with friends at church. Pretty much anybody comes by and say, hey, have you got any extra okra or extra tomatoes? I can take a few. And I'm happy to say the good Lord's blessed us enough that we would have enough to share with everybody. So I think that's going to do it for this video this week. And hope you come back and see me in the next one. And I'll be looking forward to it. And again, after all this work, guess you know exactly where I'm going. Back to that front porch swing, relax just a little bit. And I'll see y'all in the next one.